How's it going? I'm Visionary, this is Visionary Dex, and today we're going to be taking a look at day 1 of card reveals for the brand new LOR expansion, Heart of the Huntress. Now to start things off, it looks like we do have a new vocab, so not a new keyword, ambush. Just right off the bat, I feel like this has to do something with like summoning out of hand or something, which would be super cool, maybe summoning out of your deck. But let's see what it actually does. Can be played hidden if you have no other hidden ambush allies. Hidden allies are 2-cost 2/2. Wait, what? You may pay a hidden ally's ambush cost to transform it into its base card. Okay, so I mean, I feel like we have to look at some cards to actually understand how this even works. We might have to wait till a trailer drops. So it looks like this is probably what a hidden card, any hidden card will look like. Just called Shadow in the Brush. What could be hiding here? So any card that says ambush on it, you play it and it looks like this. I'm going to assume. I don't even know. Okay. First real card, which is also a 2-mana 2/2 for some reason from Shrima, Blimp-Pack Poacher. This looks like a PNZ unit, I'm going to be honest. Ambush 3. Okay, so that probably means it costs 3 to ambush. When I transform from Blimp-Pack Poacher's ambush, the next time I block or am blocked this round, capture my enemy if its power is 6 or less. This is so complicated. What in the world? So, okay, wait. You play this. It's gonna be the bush, right? It's gonna be Shadow in the Brush, whatever. Then you spend 3. How do you even spend 3 mana? Oh, okay. It gives you a spell in hand that is its ambush. It's a little bit clunky, but all right. And it is burst speed, at least. So you could transform something like on an opponent's open attack. So you have to play it for 2 mana. Then you have to spend 3 more mana, and it transforms into a 2/2. It transforms from a 2/2 to another 2/2. The next time I block or am blocked this round, capture my enemy if its power is 6 or less. I mean, that is cool. Like, that actually is very powerful. Is it worth 5 mana? Possibly. I really wonder if this is like a burst speed undeniable capture or if it is a skill. It has to be a skill, right? There's no way this is just burst speed yoink the opponent's unit with no way for them to respawn, because this is not a skill. This is just like mini morph level insta capture. This card is actually broken. I was laughing at it at first because it is a 2-mana 2/2, but like if opponent does not immediately remove this, they can't attack because their unit will just get captured. Although to be fair, it's captured by a 2/2, so that they just like Mystic Shot afterwards. And they get the summon effect from whatever their unit was all over again. I don't know. Maybe this card is actually not that. This card does not seem that good. Because it's a 2/2. Like, it can only ever be as good as a 2-drop could be. Like, yeah, it's a pretty good 2-drop. But you also have to spend 5 mana. So it's a 2-drop you spend 5 mana for. And you get to maybe hold the opponent's unit hostage for, like, a turn. If you're lucky, if they don't have like a single combat, a Mystic Shot. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see this card being that good. It really needs like another card as part of this expansion to make it make sense. This is just not that good. All right, anyways, moving on to the next unit, which is another ambush unit. It's a 2-mana 3/1 from Shrima. Ambush 0. When I'm summoned or transform, grant the weakest enemy vulnerable. So this guy's basically like another version of Talia's 2-drop. I honestly don't understand why they printed this guy in Shrima of all places when there's literally like the same exact card already in Shrima as whatever the 2-drop is that came with Talia. But I mean, to be fair, this guy is slightly better. I think you're just going to make that Talia card irrelevant unless you're playing a landmark deck specifically. Like, this guy really is just slightly better. You get to wait to give an enemy vulnerable until you play his ambush, which again is a spell in your hand. I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of weird that it just gives you like a free spell. Moving on to our next card, Big Game Tycoon. I like this guy. A 7-mana 5/6 from Shrima. Play manifest a card with ambush. When an ally transforms, double its power and health. I mean, that's good. That is good. That actually makes ambush cards like kind of playable. The one problem is he's 7 freaking mana. You're not going to be able to play this guy until turn 7. He would be good in a Gnar deck, I feel like. I feel like he would actually maybe play this guy in a Gnar deck and he wouldn't be that bad. This would be so much... This guy would be so much fun with timelines. It's really a shame that we're going back into standard because I just want to play timelines with this guy. When an ally transforms, double its power and health. Like, that is nuts. That is nuts with timelines. And it's nuts with Gnar. Especially since Gnar keeps transforming over and over and over again. Like, you could get him to 20 health really quickly. If you have 2 of this guy on board, Gnar becomes like, what, 20 attack in one transform? That seems crazy to me. I don't know. This guy seems like a cool card. I feel like he'd be playable at 6 mana. At 7 mana, he's just like a little bit too slow, in my opinion. But I don't know. Cool card, nonetheless. Anura and Froop, who is a reptile. So apparently the frog's the one in charge here. Allies that have a different subtype than other allies in play cost 1 less. That's really interesting. Also, this is a P&Z card. And it does say different subtype than other allies. So the first reptile you play while this is on board will still get the cost discount. It says other allies, which means like, even though this is a reptile, your first reptile you play other than this will still cost -1. This is another 2. There's a lot of 2/2s this expansion. I don't understand what's up with that. Yeah, I don't know. This is not that bad. This is actually pretty solid. This seems similar to like the Fae package, but this is just a lot more playable. Like, you can play this with any region, really. This is actually crazy. This is nuts because it says allies. It doesn't say like followers. It says allies. It's not even the first ally you play this round, like Gleaming Lantern, for example. Just the fact that you can like get any champion down that has a subtype 1 turn sooner. If you play P&Z Nasus for some reason, you could get them down on 5. Obviously, this is pretty sweet for a Warden of the Tribes deck, just because it helps you like dump all your subtypes on board a little bit faster. I think the main reason this card is going to be good is because it works on champions. People are going to want to Mystic Shot this like on site, I would imagine. All right, moving on to the next card, a 1 mana 1/2 from Shurima. Once an ally has transformed this game, grants me +1/+1. And it only gets that once. So it's a 1 mana 2/3 with a condition. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's not that great. I don't like this one. I don't think that one's very good, I'm gonna be honest. Our next card is a 1 mana burst speed spell from Shurima. Facecheck. Manifest a card with ambush. I mean, I don't know. Is this good? I can't tell if this is good. So far, the 2 ambush cards we've seen, in my opinion, are not great at all. I don't know. This is a really hard one to judge. I do feel like if you are going to play ambush, you want to play it with Fizz or like a similar champion that synergizes with spells. Like, so far, the actual transform archetype and like unit value, in my opinion, is not the strongest part of the ambush. It's actually just the fact that you're getting 2 cards in one, and one of them happens to be like a cheap spell. Like, I don't know. Maybe in a Fizz deck, you want to play Facecheck. Facecheck turns into the 3/1, and then the 3/1 gives you a 0 mana burst spell in return. That's pretty good because it's just like a spell that cycles into another spell, essentially. And it gives you a blocker along the way. That's good for a Fizz deck. Now, granted, it doesn't really do anything, but like, it's not that bad. Yeah, I don't know. Again, without seeing the rest of the ambush cards, pretty hard to judge this one. I don't know why they revealed this, like, it's one of the first cards, but okay. Moving on to our next card, a 3 mana 2/2. It's like every card is a 2/2 this expansion. From Shurima, again, a Pakaa Cub. Fearsome. Ambush 1. Nexus Strike, summon a Pakaa Protector. But okay, so you spend 3 mana for a 2/2 with Fearsome, 1 mana to actually even use it, and then you get what? A 2 mana 3/1 cat. I mean, this is just terrible. I'm gonna be honest. This is just not good. It's just bad. You just have to spend like way too much mana on these cards for a 2/2. They're all 2/2s. I don't understand. They just seem unplayable. Do they not? Like their stats are just so bad. You have to spend so much mana just for a 2/2, which again, like 2/2 is normal stats for a 1 mana unit in this game. Cithria is a 2/2. Crimson freaking Pigeon is a 1 mana 2/2. And he is better than all of these cards. You have to spend 5 mana for the first one, for the like blimp guy. It's just wild to me that this is how they work. But okay, I don't know. I mean, we'll really have to see what the other ambush units look like. I assume there have to be more. There's no way it's just these, what, 3 that we've seen so far. From all of these, I'm looking forward to playing a Fizz deck with some shenanigans the most. Maybe a Samira deck. Honestly, like Samira with ambush cards is not the worst. Just because they gave you a second card for free. I don't know. Some sort of Samira deck, some sort of Fizz deck, some sort of like janky use for these that's not intentional. Other than that, I don't know. I really don't see that many reasons to play these cards. Ambush just seems kind of trash to me. I'm gonna be honest. It does not seem great. The funniest part about this is none of the stats are even good. Like what's the point of playing a hidden 2 mana 2/2 if it flips and it's still a 2 mana 2/2? I don't understand. It's not even a 2 mana 2/2. Like again, the first guy was a 5 mana 2/2. It's just it doesn't make sense, man. It really doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know. I'm sure tomorrow or some day this week we'll finally see like a 6/6 ambush card. Until we see that 6/6 ambush card, I just don't see ambush even being remotely playable. But yeah, that's it for today's card reveals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2. Peace.